While lawmakers met on Capitol Hill, independent citizen journalist Nick Shirley, whose now viral video pushed the fraud story in Minnesota into the national spotlight, is also speaking out. He says he's received death threats for his reporting. The National News Desk, Jeff Harris, joins us. Jeff, one of the most well-known independent journalists who's faced similar threats and violence is Andy Ngo. You spoke with him exclusively. Tell us more about your conversation.
So Andy is widely known for his coverage of Antifa, drawing national attention back in 2019 and 2021 after being beaten by Antifa protesters in Portland, Oregon, leading to a brain injury. He tells us tonight the threats Shirley is facing usually get made not only when your work gets a lot of attention, but also when it's effective.
It's hitting on the nerves of people who don't want the story to be out there.
Senior editor for the Post Millennial, Andy Ngo has experienced threats and violence multiple times covering Antifa in Portland, Oregon. This video from 2019, Ngo being severely beaten and later hospitalized by masked Antifa protesters. Then 2 years later, he was recognized while covering a rally on the anniversary of George Floyd, chased through the street and again beaten.
One may be subjected to actual violence when one's work goes viral and gets a lot of attention.
In October of 2025, Ngo was among the few independent journalists invited to the White House for an Antifa roundtable. Those in attendance highlighting experiences of violence while reporting in the field, an event where he connected with Shirley, later passing along some advice.
I said that expect and prepare for really vicious backlash and potentially even threats.
Following this now viral video released in December showing Shirley knocking on the doors of taxpayer-funded daycares in Minnesota, alleging millions of dollars were funding vacant centers, despite many saying he came outside normal business hours, Shirley says those threats are pouring in.
They're saying, oh, like, kirked. You're going to be kirked.
You're going to be kirked. That's what they're saying to you.
Yeah, like you're the next, you'll be the next Kirk.
Now, multiple lawmakers, politicians, and media personalities are also speaking out, publicly slamming and questioning Shirley's reporting.
This is what happens when they target communities for their own benefit. This is what happens when they scapegoat. And this is what happens when they no longer hide the idea of white supremacy.
Nick Shirley's reporting, there's no way that this kid walking around uncovered $100 million worth of fraud on his own.
But despite the backlash, the video has pushed the fraud story into the center of the national conversation, prompting Wednesday's House hearing on Capitol Hill and praise from some GOP lawmakers.
It's amazing to me that a 23-year-old journalist, a YouTuber, who's now got over 80 million views on this thing, found more in a matter of hours than Tim Walz and Keith Ellison, our Attorney General, have found in 7 years.
Now, Ngo adding he believes the criticisms being lobbied at Shirley and others like him aren't because the videos are lies or a hoax, but rather because they're portraying a community in a negative light.
So those type of criticisms are actually quite revealing.
Now, in an interview with conservative political activist Riley Gaines, Shirley also sharing that he would be exposing even more alleged fraud sometime soon. His viral video has now been viewed more than 139 million times. Reporting for the National News Desk, I'm Jeff Harris.